Oscar nominations are in. They were delayed a week due to the LA fires, but now they're here, and Hollywood seems to be rewarding older actresses who have stayed the course. Perfect example, Demi Moore and Pamela Anderson with nominations this year that they've never seen in their careers that span a combined 70 years. Hi, I'm Marquette Shepard, and you are listening to More to the Story, an entertainment podcast that gives you more than just headlines. We dig a little deeper to give you, well, more to the stories making entertainment news. Let's start with Pamela Anderson, 57 years old, and nominated for a Screen Actors Guild Award for outstanding performance by a female actor in a leading role for The Showgirl. Now her co-star, Jamie Lee Curtis, 66 years old, is also nominated. But I want to focus on Pamela Anderson because she's such an unlikely nominee. She's best known for Baywatch and being a Playboy playmate, and she's not considered a serious actress by many. And it's understandable because she made a lot of money and had a lot of fame for showing skin, having a great body, being sexy, and a lot of the industry was down on her for a long time. But don't sleep. This podcast is not about hate. It's all about love and seeing the light in people. And one thing that she has that a lot of other actors don't is longevity. She has been in the game for more than 30 years, and it's the same deal with Demi Moore, who is 62 years old. She was also nominated in the same category as Pam Anderson for the Screen Actors Guild Awards, aka the SAG Awards, Best Actress for The Substance. Now, Demi just won the first award ever in her 40-year acting career at the Golden Globes for The Substance, and she's on a streak right now. I mean, she had such a touching Golden Globes acceptance speech that I want to play it again. If you're in the mood for a mood booster, here it is.
I'm just in shock right now. I've been doing this a long time, like over 45 years, and this is the first time I've ever won anything as an actor. And I'm just so humbled and so grateful. 30 years ago, I had a producer tell me that I was a popcorn actress. And at that time, I made that mean that this wasn't something that I was allowed to have, that I could do movies that were successful, that made a lot of money, but that I couldn't be acknowledged. And I bought in, and I believed that. And that corroded me over time to the point where I thought a few years ago that maybe this was it. Maybe I was complete. Maybe I've done what I was supposed to do. And as I was at kind of a low point, I had this magical, bold, courageous, out of the box, absolutely bonkers script come across my desk called The Substance. And the universe told me that you're not done. And I am so grateful.
I love that. And I need to just play that whenever I'm having a moment of doubt in my own career, because she gives so many people hope. And although I have been knowing about Demi Moore my entire life, she's been acting as long as I've been alive, I really wasn't checking for her until I heard this speech. And I think it's because it's real, it's raw. I can relate to a testimony that just kind of tells it like it is, right? It's real life. And so now Demi Moore has converted me into a bona fide fan, and I'm rooting for her, like really rooting for her, because it's nothing like people letting you know about their L's, their losses, along with their wins, because it lets you know that everybody's human and we're all making a life with the same ingredients, right? Motivation, inspiration, talent. And the most important thing, it seems like, is not giving up. So I'm sure many others can relate to that dope hope that Demi Moore was giving. Zoe Saldana is another one who is giving some dope hope. At 46 years old, she gave a speech in a similar vein of Demi Moore's at the Golden Globes, where Emilia Perez, the hot film that she's starring in is a Best Picture nominee at the Oscars this year. And Zoe was like, she wasn't sure if she was going to continue working as an actress. She was about to give up until she got a role in the Emilia Perez movie and take a job on a farm or something. She was trying to figure out her plan B. And lo and behold, this film comes along and...
You know, I'm 46. There was a moment a couple of years ago where I was sort of thinking about like plan Bs, like, do I go into like a homestead and start like planting a garden and baking goods and just become, you know, the sexiest soccer mom in my mind? But the truth is I'm an artist through and through, and I need to create every day. If not, I just don't know what I can do. I don't know why I'm here. And that's how my loved ones can get the best of me, is when I am allowed to create. So I'm indebted to filmmakers like Jack Odiard, that after conversations and auditions and promises that I can do something, they really decide to bet on me.
She shared that story, and she's giving all of her fans and followers motivation to keep going on in their respective careers and passions. So we love you for sharing that story, Zoe, because life in general isn't easy. Careers in general are not easy. And then you throw in a creative passion like the arts, and you can forget about it. It's a roller coaster. So we're rooting for you at the SAG Awards, which are happening February 23rd. Now, I have a video of Zoe and Demi's speeches posted on Instagram. Make sure you follow me at Marquette Shepherd and my show's website, Glowstream TV, to see the videos. Now, who are you rooting for this award season? Let me know in a DM and I'll include it in a special What I'm Watching Right Now, Oscars edition, coming this March 2nd. That is the date of when the 97th Academy Awards will stream live on Hulu. It's also airing on ABC at the same time for non-streaming subscribers. Now, to see a full video of the Oscar nominations featuring some of the best movies of the last 12 months, including Wicked and a lot not named in this podcast, just go to my website, glowstreamtv.com. And now it's time for my favorite part of the show, when I get to hear from you, the listeners. It's a segment called What I'm Watching Right Now, when you tell me what you're into. And it's great because there are no advertisers, there are no movie promos, there's no PR companies behind this segment. This is just real people from all over the country and the world, because we had somebody send a review in from England. So we're international now, but this segment is about real people giving you word of mouth TV and film recommendations to save you time and money when you sit down after a long day of work and watch TV, or you decide to spend your hard-earned money in the movie theaters and $10 popcorn. Our listeners are telling you where to spend your money. And shout out to Nick Stefanovich. A couple of weeks ago, he mentioned the new Bob Dylan documentary, which is also nominated for an Academy Award. But he told us to watch it. He said, this is where you need to go and spend your money. And look, everybody's agreeing. The Academy agrees. So let's take a listen to our first recommendation for what to watch on TV right now.
Hi, my name is Carolyn Lee. I'm from Antioch, Tennessee. The Neighborhood is an hysterical, real-life TV show everyone can relate to. We all love Cedric the Entertainer, one of my favorites from the Kings of Comedy, Tashina Arnold, who played Pam in the TV show Martin, as well as the mom in Everybody Hates Chris. And the rest of the cast is amazing. I love how they have added a cameo of seasoned actors we all grew up watching, like J.K. Harry, Sandra from 227, Glenn Thurman, Colonel Taylor from Different World, and Kevin Pollak played in Dr. Dolittle 2 and various other movies. If you need a good laugh on the Monday night, I highly recommend to tune in to The Neighborhood.
Thank you so much, Carolyn. Actually, it's Dr. Lee, because Carolyn is a doctor who is getting into voiceover acting after taking some classes to learn about the art. Well, best of luck in this new chapter of your career, Dr. Lee. I hadn't watched The Neighborhood since season 1, so maybe I will come back to it based on your review. This next recommendation is from Duke, who is a New Jersey transplant in Los Angeles.
Hi, my name is Duke, and I'm from Camden, New Jersey. What I'm watching right now is between Squid Games and The Madness. Well, actually, I finished Squid Games, so now I'm watching The Madness.
Thank you so much for the recommendation. And next time, please elaborate on what you like about these two shows. Next time, we'd love to hear from you, and we'd love to hear that voice again. It sounds great. Now, listeners, Duke is an actor who is currently working on a coming-of-age African-American film. If you want to know more, you can follow him at It's Duke Man. That's 2 N's in man on Instagram. For future guest reviews, give us some details about why you're plugging into your favorite shows. Don't just name them. We appreciate that, but we are doing public service announcements here. We don't want you to waste your time on bad TV and bad movies. So help a sister out and a mister and all of our listeners by really putting on your Roger Ebert hat. And if you know who that is, then you know who that is. And if you don't, you don't. You can DM me and I'll tell you, or you can just Google it. But for now, DM me your guest film and TV reviews for a future episode. And this brings us to the end of today's episode. Make sure you follow, rate, and review More to the Story with me, Marquette Shepherd, to support the show and encourage more people to listen. Happy binging, and chat with you next week.